The Iranian Revolution of 1979 wasn't just a pivotal event for Iran. It shook the world, and its tremors are still felt today. This wasn't a mere change of guard. It was a profound transformation fueled by a simmering dissatisfaction with the Shah's regime, a longing for social justice, and the charismatic influence of Ayatollah Khomeini. The Iranian public, disillusioned by the Shah's westernized policies and authoritarian rule, fervently sought a return to cultural roots and the establishment of an Islamic republic. This revolution, however, wasn't confined to Iran's borders. Its shockwaves reverberated around the globe, igniting a radical shift in the geopolitical landscape. It sparked a new era of religious and political tension, inflamed the Middle East, and sent ripples through the corridors of global power. This revolution wasn't just about a change in leadership, it was a seismic shift that would change the course of history. The revolution came at a high cost, both for the people of Iran and for the world. The price was paid in lives lost, not only during the revolution itself, but also in the ensuing Iran-Iraq War, a brutal conflict that ravaged the region for nearly a decade. Beyond the battlefield, the human cost continues, with ongoing human rights abuses and a stifling of freedoms that persist to this day. Economically, the cost has been staggering. Iran's economy, once promising and vibrant, has been crippled by a combination of internal mismanagement and international sanctions. The country's oil-rich potential has been hampered, and the average Iranian citizen has been forced to bear the brunt of these economic hardships. The cost extends beyond Iran's borders too, affecting global energy markets, regional stability, and international relations. The price of revolution was steep, and the people of Iran continue to pay it to this day. The ripples of the Iranian Revolution spread far beyond its borders, reshaping the Middle East and the world. In the Middle East, the revolution sparked a rise in sectarian tensions. Iran's newly established Islamic Republic was Shia, a minority branch of Islam. This caused alarm among Sunni-dominated nations like Saudi Arabia, leading to increased friction and rivalry between the two regional powers. The fallout of this rivalry continues to shape the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East to this day. The revolution was also the precursor to the 8-year-long Iran-Iraq War, one of the deadliest conflicts of the 20th century. Iraq, under Saddam Hussein, saw the chaos in post-revolution Iran as an opportunity to seize disputed territories. This war left deep scars, both physically and psychologically, and significantly impacted the region's political dynamics. On a global scale, the revolution dramatically altered U.S.-Iran relations. The hostage crisis, where 52 American diplomats and citizens were held captive for 444 days, led to a severing of diplomatic ties between the two nations. This event has cast a long shadow over U.S.-Iran relations, contributing to the ongoing tension and mistrust that persists even today. The Iranian Revolution also intensified the country's conflict with Israel. Iran's new leadership didn't recognize Israel's right to exist, causing a deep-seated enmity that has fueled numerous conflicts and diplomatic standoffs in the subsequent years. Perhaps one of the most far-reaching impacts of the revolution has been Iran's support for proxy groups. Organizations like Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis have received significant backing from Iran, both financially and militarily. This has further complicated the region's stability, as these groups have been involved in various conflicts and acts of terrorism, further inflaming tensions. So, as we can see, the Iranian Revolution didn't just change Iran, it changed the world. The shockwaves of this seismic event continue to reverberate, shaping the Middle East geopolitical landscape and influencing international relations to this day. The Iranian Revolution didn't just change Iran, it changed the world. Over 4 decades later, the effects of the Iranian Revolution are still felt. The revolution's aftermath has painted a stark tableau of ongoing human rights abuses and economic challenges. Citizens grapple with strict measures curtailing freedom of speech, while the nation's economy trudges through a quagmire of sanctions and inflation. The revolution also etched a chasm between Iran and the United States, a rift that continues to deepen. The two nations have been locked in a tense standoff, with diplomatic relations remaining icy at best. This tension has spilled over, impacting Iran's relations with other countries as well, including Israel and Saudi Arabia. Moreover, Iran's support for proxy groups like Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis has not waned. This backing has fueled conflicts and instability across the region, adding yet another layer to the revolution's far-reaching effects. The Iranian Revolution continues to cast a long shadow over Iran and the world. Despite the tumultuous internal situation, Iran's strategic foothold in the region is established through its significant support to various proxy groups. This influence is seen as an extension of the revolution's ideology, asserting its power beyond its borders. Let's delve deeper into the matter. A map appears, highlighting Iran's proxies around Israel. Iran's reach is extensive, with its proxies spread across the region. From Hezbollah in Lebanon to Hamas in Palestine and the Houthi rebels in Yemen, Iran's backing has been key in their existence and operations. This strategy of encirclement has resulted in a regional security quandary, with Israel often finding itself targeted by these groups. However, Iran's role in the civil wars of Iraq and Syria is of particular interest. Key events and impacts are highlighted on the screen. In Iraq, Iran's support for various Shiite militias has significantly shaped the political landscape and exacerbated sectarian tensions. Syria, the prolongation of the conflict can be largely attributed to Iran's backing for the Assad regime, leading to a staggering humanitarian crisis. In essence, Iran's strategic use of proxies, including its role in the Iraq and Syria civil wars, continues to mold the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East. These groups not only carry forward the revolution's rhetoric, but also intensify regional tensions and conflicts, complicating the process of peace building.